Now, in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, there's a chapter called The Polyjuice Potion, where Harry and Ron, disguised as Crabbe and Goyle, get to question Draco to see if he is Slytherin's heir. But I'm going to start a little bit further back. In Chapter 8, The Death Day Party. This sees Harry, Ron and Hermione coming back from Nearly Headless Nick's 500th Death Day party. As they leave the party, Harry hears the voice for the second time that nobody else can hear, and we find our heroes running up the marble staircase and upwards again to the second floor, where they find Mrs. Norris, who's been petrified. Ron wants to leave right away so they're not caught at the scene, but as they discuss leaving, the Halloween feast finishes, leading to our trio having all of the students converge on them from either side of the corridor as they head back to their common rooms. Then, Draco Malfoy is heard to shout, "Enemies of the heir beware! You'll be next, mudblood." What was Draco doing on the second floor corridor at the end of the feast? It's well known that the Slytherin common room is based in the dungeons, so Draco had absolutely no reason whatsoever to be where he was at that time, unless he had an idea that something might happen. Now, finally, we skip ahead to Chapter 12, The Polyjuice Potion. The narrative leads us to believe that Harry and Ron, disguised as Crabbe and Goyle, immaculately penetrate the Slytherin common room, question Malfoy, and get away without anybody knowing about it. When our two doppelgangers meet Malfoy, they're actually currently being confronted by Ron's brother, Percy. Now, Malfoy saves them from Percy, and as they walk away, refers to Ron's brother as Peter Weasley, to which Ron corrects him almost automatically. And this, I believe, is where Draco first has his suspicions about the duo. He then starts to test his suspicions when they reach the common room. He actually asks Harry what the new password is, before remembering it's pure bloods. Not something that we think Draco Malfoy would forget, as he's very pure blood orientated, and he's never really perceived as a forgetful person, so I think this is something that he wouldn't actually forget. When they get into the common room, Draco gets out a clipping from the Daily Prophet, an article which has got Ron's dad getting in trouble at work after the flying car incident, and he expects Crabbe and Goyle would find this funny, but he's really confused because he doesn't actually get a laugh from his two cohorts. Malfoy gloating about Ron's dad getting in trouble leaves Ron's, or rather Crabbe's, face contorted with fury. Draco then goes on to make jokes about Colin Creevey and how obsessed with Harry he is, taking imaginary pictures with the camera, and he's really confused when he doesn't get a laugh about this. J.K. Rowling even writes, "Far too late, Harry and Ron forced themselves to laugh." This, in my opinion, is where Draco finally confirms to himself that they are not who they appear to be, and starts to try and throw them off track by saying he wished he knew who Slytherin's heir was. His suspicions are confirmed even further when mentioning the wizard's prison, Azkaban. Harry questions what it is. Now, Crabbe and Goyle should know what Azkaban is, coming from families that have Death Eaters. So, I think that Streetwise Draco then goes on to set a trap to confirm his suspicions by telling Harry and Ron about the secret chamber under the drawing room at Malfoy Manor. Ron, hearing this, says, "Ho!" triumphantly, only for him to tip his dad off about the chamber where all the dark artifacts are kept, and for it to be empty later on. So, in answer to my question, did Draco lie to Crabbe and Goyle? I actually think he didn't. I think that he's actually much more clever than we give him credit for. He actually figured out who they were very, very quickly, and in my opinion, he then laid traps to get them caught out so that he could confirm his suspicions. So what do you think? Did Draco know the faux plan his father had set up from the start? And did he see right through Harry and Ron's disguises before throwing them off the trail with true Slytherin cunning? If I could hear your thoughts down in the comment section, I'll check back and write back to as many people as I can. And also, if you can like the video down below, because that's going to help as many people see it as possible, and hopefully let me bring more theories to you. Thanks very much, and hopefully see you next time.